Hey, hi, Bob Hartley. I love everybody. I am telling you about the hope journey we're going on in the Yellow House. I'm not just being dramatic, this is significant. So, if you are planning on Friday night watching anybody or anything else, stop it. Be with me, and you're going to be elevated with our angelic helpers into a place you've never gone before. And that's true. Honestly, that we have something to share with the world, and especially in this hour we're in. In this hour, what is happening is we have been advancing in hope for these last generations, but those who see misery have those lenses on. Those who see like God sees, redemption and goodness in the past, present, future are always building. It's a scripture that says we're going from glory to glory. There is a great understanding to be brought forth on March 19th about how he wants to comfort us. And the earth has been void of comfort. It's mercy. It's that deep healing of the past, present, and future, but it's also this deep insight, divine perspective of our lives. David had that in 2 Samuel 23. He said, my life, he said, looked like a mess. And then he said, but I turned it over, the mosaic. I saw the weavings on one side, and then I turned it over, and he said, it was perfect. God, you did not miss a trick. You couldn't have done it any better. And for those who have complained through their lives, I have many points that will steal your spiritual memory. It will steal your hopes and your promises and your dreams. We dwell on him and his goodness in the land of the living, or we're going to lose the value of the inheritance he gives us. And so I'm going to be speaking on a profound understanding he gave me, like nothing I've ever understood before, about comforting us in our past, which means oil to your heart, where you go, I get it, how you were there and you cared, and how you're taking me somewhere. And every day was more meaningful than I could ever imagine. And it also gives you comfort, which means come forth. The ability to explode into the adventure that you have in your next part of your journey. 76% of the earth believes there's this cataclysmic end, and that it's suffer, 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 and then suffer more than die. Thoreau said, most men live lives of quiet misery and die. This is not what God gives us. And I just give you this picture as you get ready to be with us on March 19th. Friday night, 7 o'clock, as we build step by step on this hope journey, a development for Hope Reformers, Hope Kings and Queens, its highest level of institute of higher learning that you can come to. But I'll give you this picture that when I was a college junior, I had achieved what I wanted to achieve. I had been an outstanding athlete in my university and outstanding in academics, and I could go on. In my little world, I became something. And I put the trophies on this mantle in the Chicago hotel room because I'd been challenged with the person of Christ. And I shut the door in the Chicago hotel room. I'd been at this conference, and just short of it was, I said, if you're like what they said you're like at this conference, I want to know you. I want to know you as my father. But first, I got to ask you, where were you, God, when my mom was bedridden? Where were you when my little brother had bleeding colitis? Where were you when this little boy died in my arms in a swimming pool in the inner city? And I screamed out of my pain, and I didn't realize that much pain was in there. And I did it for 2 days. I'd go get food, I'd sleep a little, but I didn't realize what was bottled up in me about my past, even about my present. Even though I was achieving, I was going to go to medical school, it just didn't feel like any life to me. Well, I heard, as real as you're there, in this room, it turned bright orange, and I had said, I said at the end of the bed, and I said, after I screamed out about pains in my life and my past, I said, God, I'm just a simple man. I thought I was a multi-dimensional man, could take care of my life. I said, I'm a simple man. I need help. And I said, I give you all of me. And so I heard him shout back, and this orange hue came into the room. I started crying, just the warmth of it, the caring, the intimacy. And he was shouting at me, and I couldn't look. And he said, where was I? Where were you? And he said, I helped you. And it was probably in 10 minutes, showed me 1,000 days. It was like these days I didn't even remember. He showed me how he was there and how he cared. And he said, you can magnify from earth the issues, or I can take you from a heavenly place, and you'll see your life according to my goodness. And that's the transformation that we're going to really dive into and have happen. I'm going to speak to people prophetically one-on-one that night, because this is what's happening to the earth right now. There's this cloud of misery over it. There's this political battles, and it's this criticism and this hatred of the past and the present and the future and life, and this cancellation of all the memorial stones that we've had. And it's not going to happen. So I encourage you to be on with us March 19th. And if you're not on, your left nostril will fall off twice. All right. Tell everybody.